Flump.
Did you hear my news?
Yeah, it exploded.
Nice. Okay. So welcome to our podcast or video.
It's where we talk.
That's where we talk about our relationships and just relationships in general and how to have a great relationship with your partner and with yourself, I think most importantly.
Yeah, and how to work through times and,
Mm-hmm.
communicate better and how to grow.
Exactly. Let's grow together.
hmm
So where should we start?
Maybe let's talk a little bit about us.
Okay.
hmm
So I'm Ece. I'm from Turkey. I moved to the States 12 years ago. I came for college and then I end up in LA, blah, blah, blah. And then 3 years ago, I met Patrick on Hinge.
It works.
On a dating app. Yes.
Yeah.
How about your story? This is mine.
Well, I'm Patrick. I'm a LA native. I've lived here pretty much my whole life. Just bouncing through life, just living around here in Los Angeles. And like Ed just said, we met each other on Hinge.
Yeah.
And we were both in a position in our lives that we were ready to find our partner.
Yeah.
And we maybe didn't know that at the time, but through trial and error and through existing through the universe, we've met each other and we created something special, I think.
Yes, and we want to talk about it.
Yeah.
How did we overcome some stuff? Like, we just got engaged.
No ring yet, though.
Yeah.
It's in Turkey.
Yeah. We are getting the ring done.
Yeah, we're going to get it fitted.
And we just want to talk about relationships in general and all this stuff. And yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're not perfect. We just try to understand things. We really try to have really good communication, and I think that helps us understand each other and ourselves better.
Yeah, definitely. So I think I'm going to ask you some questions.
Okay.
When you were dating people, did you know what you wanted? Because I feel like that's one of the important things when you are dating. Like, do you know what you want? I feel like I talk to a lot of friends and that's one of the things. Like, they will complain about this, they will complain about that. It's like, oh, like, he didn't do this, oh, like, she's just this and that, and just complaining about, like, do you know what you want? Why do you have to deal with that anyways? Like, is that what you want at the first place? So I want to ask you that when you were dating, what you were looking for, did you know what you were looking for? And just tell me about that. I think girls needs to kind of know about that perspective so they choose right man for themselves. What kind of perspective he needs to have so that you can actually see the green flags. So tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, I would say for me, in the beginning, dating's a skill, right? And you learn about yourself and you learn about others over time. So I'd say obviously when I just started dating, I had no idea what I wanted about anything. I was like, ooh, cute woman. You know what I mean? That's what you're thinking, right? But as you get older and you start to experience more about life, you definitely start to think, what am I doing this for? What do I want in my partner? What do I see my future self being? What do I see my future family being? All those sorts of things. And I think through some visualization and then trial and error, oh, I met this person and they were really into things or something. And you're like, I'm not really into stuff that much. Well, maybe that's not going to work out as well, right? So you have to start thinking, oh, this person wants kids, I want kids. Or this person hates kids, I want kids. You have to be honest with yourself about those type of things. And what I found later on after, more experience dating and meeting people, etc., I thought, I'm not going to entertain somebody that isn't a fuck yes. If it's really not meeting that criteria that I'm setting out. And obviously you can't pick out like a person like a robot, you know what I mean? Like it has to be this way, this way, this way, this way, but it really has to fit within your future life of where you want your path to go, and their path needs to be going in the same direction as yours.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had like a mental checklist kind of, and it would be like I wouldn't go out on more than 2 dates if I felt like it wasn't really lining up with those things.
Mm-hmm.
And if there was big like contradictory parts, then I wouldn't go on like a second date, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of how I was thinking about it. And you
But
know I,
that's when you were ready for actually like committing to
oh,
someone,
for
right? Like
sure.
maybe mention about that
Yeah,
too.
I mean, I would say that like, I mean, when we were dating, like I was looking for a long-term partner. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm trying to find. You know what I mean? Like dating obviously can be completely different things. Like if you're,
Mm-hmm.
21 and you just want to experience different things and you're trying to figure out what you want,
Yeah,
that's also
that's
okay.
different.
That's like a different scenario.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, when we were dating, I was 32, right, when we
Mm-hmm.
met. So like I'm looking to find a life partner is kind of what my goals were. I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
like looking for something that was like meaningless or fun or,
Yeah.
in my opinion, it's like a waste of time from what I want, right? So
Mm-hmm.
what about you? Like, what were you looking for when you were
Yeah,
dating?
those are really good. I feel like from what you were saying, it's definitely important. And I think you kind of mentioned like, what the stuff that you were looking for, like what they are looking for. It's important for those perspectives to align to have something long term. And when we first met, like you actually were where we both were pretty like honest and talking about stuff. But I remember like you texted you on Hinge, you were like, so what are you looking for here? So you were actually like very like you wanted to understand. And so you actually were at, I don't know how to explain, what we can like cut these parts.
That's okay. So that's just
Yeah,
communicating. It's
yeah.
like, I mean, I think what you're saying is like,
No, no,
I,
wait,
w-
let me try to say.
oh, sure.
I think like about values you were talking about,
Hmm.
and like those values to align is very important. Yeah, I
Yeah,
just wanted to
crucial.
talk about that too. Like I think us finding our own values, and when we are looking for our partners, um, if their values also align is very important, and it's okay to talk about those things. That's what I was trying to say earlier. Like on Hinge you were like, so like what are you really looking for? And I was like, oh, like I'm looking for a husband. I
Hmm.
was joking, but like I actually was, that I think was showing something like I'm looking for something serious.
Yeah.
Even jokingly, but yeah, when I was
Well,
looking,
there's a lot of reading into with that though. Like, you
yeah,
know what I mean? Like, even if you're joking about something like that, there's like your inner self is like, well, obviously, like I want to find true love or something.
yes,
You know what I mean? Like that was
exactly,
the
yeah,
whole. That's the meaning behind like the
yeah,
psychology behind an answer like that. You know what
yeah,
I mean? It's because you. I mean, there's so many people that would ask that question to, and it's like, oh, like I don't know, like whatever, like
yeah,
I don't know, like just oh maybe we can like have some fun or like whatever type
yeah,
of thing, and I'm that's cool, but not what I'm interested in. You know what I
uh-huh,
mean? So like
yeah,
even there was a part of you, even if it was joking, like of course, like I want to find like something like nice. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I think I was at a place that, and for women maybe that's more relatable. Like I was at a place that I wasn't really looking for anything else because I was really content within my life. Like I had my own apartment, like I had my freedom. I could do whatever I want with my time. If I wanted to go home and like lay in bed for like 3 hours without explaining to anyone, like I could do that. It's such a good, feeling to have that. So I wasn't really looking. I think, just being honest to myself and focusing on loving myself. And I think as women, that's what we need to do at first, instead of like, oh, like I need to find someone. Like our priorities have to be ourselves and our well-beings and what we want. Understand that, and then like look for something or like work on something that you think it has potential. And that's where I was at when I first met Patrick. I was talking to people, like hanging out, and I didn't feel like I owe anything to anyone. Like if I didn't want to see the people again, like I was like, hey, like I feel like I don't want to hang out again? Like I was just being very honest with everyone, and it was really helpful. So you don't really lead on people, you know.
Yeah, because then it gets complicated.
Yeah, it gets complicated, but I mean it wasn't always easy. I feel like what I'm trying to say, like once I started to prioritize myself, then I realized that I was able to like show up for myself and like tell people what I really felt and needed.
Hmm.
And that's when I met you, because I feel like I was just myself. Like when we first met in person, like
Uh-huh.
it took us a while to meet in person, but
She blew me off 10 times.
because I was just prioritizing myself.
And that's okay.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fine. I mean,
yeah.
it ended up working out great the way it did,
Yes,
you know?
yeah.
And, I think there's always going to be some like chase and like cat and mouse type thing
Mm,
with it, especially in the dating world.
yeah.
Like I was not, I mean, I was definitely used to that. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
as far as trying to like, and our communication was interesting enough to me that like
Yeah.
even though I was a little frustrated that she didn't blow me off 10 times. I was
It's
exaggerating. I
only
mean,
three.
yeah, 3 times. And it was more like we made plans, and then I'm gonna,
Yeah, I
I
had
don't
other
do,
things
yeah,
came
I'm
up.
busy or this or
Yeah.
that, type thing. But it wasn't in a way that made me think that she didn't really want to see me. So
Yeah.
like there was still enough that I was like interested enough to like, okay, I'll do this or that. But after the second time, I think it was, I was like, oh, you know what? I'm just not gonna like pursue her anymore. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna, whatever. I'll you know how it is with online dating. You're like
Yeah.
talking to
Yeah,
like
you
six
talk with,
different
I mean, you
people.
were
So
talking to so many other people, you know,
exactly. So I
yeah.
was like, whatever. And then you hit me up out of the blue to go because I mentioned like I was always at my friend's like apartment built complex and they had like a jacuzzi and pool and stuff. It was in the
Yeah.
summer. And so I was like, yeah, no, like I'm hanging out at the jacuzzi or whatever. And I was at my friend's house. And then you were like, oh, do you still have a jacuzzi to hang out with? And I told my friend, I was
Yeah.
like, this fucking bitch, dude. She's like
Yeah,
just
I don't
using me
know her.
for
Yeah.
fucking water. But I was like sitting there, I was like, well, I'm already like over here anyways. I'm like, like whatever.
Yeah.
Like I don't got anything to lose. I'm like, I'll just do
Yeah.
it. And if I don't, I don't like her, if it
Uh,
doesn't vibe, then whatever.
yeah. And on my part, I was just, you know, ready to like meet people and see where the dating game is at, and just meeting, you know, people and see like what people think about. I was just curious what people were thinking about, you know. I was just curious. I wasn't really like, oh, like I'm looking for a husband, like this is going to be like very important date, whatever. I didn't have none of those pressures. So I felt like going to a pool or a jacuzzi. And I remember this guy that I was talking to was mentioning, I was like, hey, like on a Sunday, like, hey, like you want to still do that thing that we planned? And he's like, yeah, I'm already here. Like you can come over.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked out. And I didn't have any pressure of to impress anyone. I was just me, and I was just, yeah, it's just a friend. Like I'm gonna take it as like I've never seen this person before in my life. And I feel like any other dates before that I went to, that was my um attitude. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go meet with this person. Like I've never seen this person before. Like I don't owe them anything. I'm just curious about like what their
Mm-hmm.
brain looks like, what do they think, like what do they feel like in real life, you know, stuff like that. And the same attitude, I went to see him, and I feel like we both were no pressure, just like wanting to chill and hang out. And we were just, and we talked for a while. Like the first time we saw each other, we were like talking and talking. You were talking about your family, I was talking about my family. We were talking about like traumas and psychology, and also like some fun things. And I didn't even realize how the time passed. It was really fun. And then yeah, I had to meet my friends. I had to leave like after, I don't know, like 2 hours or 3 hours after we
Yeah,
hang
so
out.
I don't know, a
Yeah, it
few
was a
hours.
couple
Yeah.
hours we hang out, and it was like very fast because we were like so into the conversation and everything. um but then I remember like you walked me to my car, and you were like, we said bye. We said, I think like, oh, let's hang out again, this was really fun. And I remember getting into my car, which I don't usually like say that, but I'm like, oh, like this was actually like pretty fun. Like I like to hang out with this person, like he's a good friend. That was the first thing I thought about him after
Mm-hmm.
hanging out, is like, is a very fun and good friend to be around, and that's what made me kept like wanting to see him. And I think like this is one of my values. It could be different for everybody, but I need to have like a good friend in my relationship, and it's I think it's
Oh,
very
you need
special.
to.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the feeling that like obviously you need to have other good friends in your life,
Uh-huh.
but your partner is that. It's your partner. So like
Yeah.
in my mind, it needs to be the person you can count on and
Mm-hmm.
your best friend in a way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, like we're gonna have other best friends too, but
Yeah.
like this is like your most intimate connection, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And so I really think that that foundation needs to be a friendship. There
Mm-hmm.
needs to be like a really want to see each other, be
Yes.
around each other and
Like I want to hang
communicate.
out with this person. Yeah,
Exactly.
let's
You want
do
to
this
spend
thing
time
together.
together.
Exactly.
I mean, like we're at a state now where it's like I just like being around her, right? It doesn't matter. Like we go to the grocery
Yeah.
store and we're like, yeah, we get to go to the grocery
Yeah,
store.
we
We just
get
have
excited to go to the grocery store because
yeah.
we are together. You know those like funny videos?
Yeah.
It's like I think there's like a trend going on. It's like, oh, like I'm so happy. We are, I don't know, like in the grocery store. And then it's like, oh, why are you happy? We are only like in grocery store. Yeah, but I'm with you. And that's like how we
Yeah.
feel about each other.
That's
Because
corny but true.
no, I mean it's a
No.
trend. I don't know like if people know about it.
Oh, gotcha.
If they know, they know. But if they don't, like there's this
Yeah.
funny trend. And it's just when you are really excited to be someone, be at someone's presence, that's how you feel, you know? Yeah. And yeah, that's why I love you and I love what we created together.
Yeah, no, I do too.
Yeah.
I think that like the way that we went about it in a way where there's no pressure on your end, it was same with mine too,
Mm-hmm.
because like I was saying earlier, like I was kind of taking it more of a like a detached immediate approach where I was like I'm not going to let myself cuz I'm somebody like I know myself, like I could fall for a lot of different types of people and I'm like I want to make sure that this is a really healthy person that wants to involve in their life, wants to be good intentions, good family values, etc. And so I'm like I'm not going to go into a scenario meeting somebody like really wanting to find something because at that point like I could maybe latch onto something that's not good, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like us being both detached and in a friendship kind of way is a very like I mean we were in a jacuzzi together but it was like a non-intimate date, you know what I mean? It was really just a talking kind of a scenario. I think that helped build a foundation to use my brain before my heart, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And like think about it a little bit like okay, like this was good, this was good, this was good. And after we met too, just like you said, like I kind of went back, hanging with my friend or whatever and I was like, oh, like honestly, like she was really cool, really nice, like I really would like to meet her again or hang out with her. I think that like there's a lot of potential, right? I don't know because I've only met her for a few hours, but there was a lot of like green flags and I didn't really like everything that was on my like fuck no, you didn't hit any of those things. So I was like, okay, like that's a really good start. And then I think it was the same night we were like talking like, oh, it was like really fun meeting each other.
We texted.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, like tomorrow I'm gonna go to rock climbing or yoga because we were talking about like that kind of stuff, and she was like, oh, like I'd like to go or whatever. And like we're like, oh sure, and so we ended up seeing each other the very next day. We went to rock climbing and we went to the yoga place.
Yes, we did, and then we never like stopped seeing each other since then.
Pretty much, that was like a Sunday, right, when we met?
Yes, I think.
And
it
then
was a
Monday
Sunday. We went to yoga and rock climbing.
And then Thursday we cooked at my house.
Yes.
Or my apartment rather.
Yeah.
Yeah, and ever since then it was history pretty much.
Yeah. And then we were like, yeah, I love this person, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, at first it felt really like good and it's the vibes were like really nice and we were having fun, everything aligned, Yeah. We talk about things, everything was wow, like that's crazy, like we have very similar perspectives about life and that really helped.
Which is a challenge to find, honestly. Like,
yeah, it's not
especially
easy.
here, like in a place like Los Angeles. Like there's so much. There's a lot of great people. There's a lot of superficial energy too, and like especially going through apps, it's like you're looking with your eyes. You know what I mean? Like that's what those things are designed to do. So that's why I was like surprising that it worked in a sense because you're looking. It's all visual representation to meet somebody. But then when we met, like learning about your background is like, I mean, I'm from Los Angeles, but my heritage is like Greek and Mediterranean,
Mm,
and I have Turkish in my blood as well. And it's very family value, very
mm,
orientated, and as far as like how to spend your time, who you're around.
mm,
And she's the same way. And it was like it's so rare because in a place like Los Angeles, like this is almost like a lot of a town of runaways. You know what I mean? Like people go from other places to come here.
mm.
So like in essence, they're usually people. I mean, just like you, who do move away from their families, but
Yeah,
you're somebody who loves family. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So it's like it's not every day you meet that combination of
true,
person.
yeah. Hmm. Yeah, some of our values align, and and I feel like another thing I wanted to point out when we started, it was very important for me, consistency. Like, he was texting me all the time, like, it not bothering or anything. It's just like he was responsive, and I was too. So it's all like from the beginning, he was showing signs of like, oh, this person is gonna show up, oh, this person is going to. Because I feel like for some people, we don't really realize sometimes the red flags at first when we are like, I
Mm.
remember like before him, like I was dating people, and I was realizing like, yeah, everything is great, it's nice, but this person is like not texting as much, but it's fine. Like, I wasn't honest to myself. Oh, I wonder how this is gonna sound in the,
Airplane.
yeah,
It's okay.
yeah, I'm gonna wait until it's
That's okay. I
gone.
probably won't pick it up that loud.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Um, well, I remember what I was talking about. Oh, I was like dating with other
Hmm.
people before,
People
and
not showing up,
yeah, people,
communicating.
exactly. And I was, I was like at a place, I'm like, oh, like, because there are like couple good stuff that I like, couple good qualities I liked about this guy, but like there was this thing that was, I wasn't really happy with it, but also I was not like listening to myself, like, oh, maybe like let me think about that. I think I really like consistency and responsiveness. I was ignoring that part of me that I knew I would be happier with those things. So I think, and then in the past, I have like stopped seeing people because of that. So seeing like some stuff that I know that I value in a partner, that they need to like show up, like the responsiveness and consistency, those things. I was like, okay, cool. Like those are the things. It kind of kept us going, because like he was, how to say, he was checking the boxes in that sense for me. Everyone's boxes are different. That's why like
Exactly.
I feel like I keep talking, saying the same thing, but like you have to know yourself first to be able to create a great relationship,
Oh,
because
definitely.
that's like one of the things that I see people date here and there, but like I see that they don't really have like the relationship with themselves, like the foundation of it is not strong within. It's just impossible for you to build that with other person if you don't have your own foundation strong. That's like I feel like the most important thing.
Yeah. I mean, it becomes
Yeah,
an unbalanced relationship at that
yeah.
point, which is
Mm-hmm.
could be problematic, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, there's a lot of people that you know meet each other, marry. I mean, very young without even really
Mm-hmm.
knowing themselves,
Yeah,
and those can work out too. But
you can grow together. I
yeah, you
mean,
can
we
get
are growing together,
exactly,
but both people have to like put the effort, not just one person. You have to be on the same page if you want to grow together. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, you need to have those like wants to do
Yes.
better and to show up for them, like you're
Yeah.
saying, show up for yourself.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, knowing yourself is like very important because if
Yes.
you don't truly know yourself, you might change or you
Mm-hmm.
might realize you like this better or that
Yeah.
better. And it's important to have times like you were saying, because you were in a scenario like this too. Like we were both alone for a while, and
Mm-hmm.
just as far as like, oh, like I'm cool. I don't need anybody, right?
Yeah.
I'm feeling like good by myself. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that that is a scenario where that's going to give you some success because
Mm-hmm.
you're only going to go into a scenario that is like really positive for you. Like, why would you go into something else? You know what I mean? Because you're like, oh,
Exactly.
I don't need this person. I don't
Yeah.
need this or that, right? It's only because you're like, I want to. I enjoy this,
100%.
I'm
100%.
looking forward to spending time together.
Cheers.
Cheers. We're having
These are
tea.
the mugs that I got from Mexico for both of us, so we
Mm.
can have our tea time. So I'm very excited to be able to use these too. Yeah. I think like for today. These are the
Yeah,
things
it's a
that
nice
are
little
good
start.
things that we
Yeah.
want to talk about, and we will be talking about stuff like that.
Yeah. And
Personal
hopefully,
growth. Yeah.
like, if there's any questions or comments or things, we can, those are topics that we can discuss how, our experience, and we might not have any experience in those ways as well, but we, I think we know a vast array of people that have a lot of different experiences. We've been through a lot together too. So it's like, I think it's important to bring light to different topics and be able to
Yes.
communicate that with each other and with you guys.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
And
I hope you enjoyed it.
And if I think like going forward, now that we talk about like the ideas, we can talk about like the tools, like how to connect with yourself more, like how to understand yourself more, how to like just focus on those kind of stuff too. We will be talking about those kind of
practices and
like
good
growth.
habits.
Yeah, good habits.
Healthy body, healthy mind.
Exactly. We both are very passionate about that.
Yeah.
Which is a value we both have that align. I'm so excited. That's also not common. So, but you can find it, guys. You can find it. Trust me.
Yeah, you can find literally anything you're looking for.
Yeah.
It's out there. It really is. I mean, there's 9 billion people out there.
You just have to know what you want. I just keep saying that you have to like write it down, know what you want, like in details. And obviously you might not find the exact person, but like at least you know your values, and it's now easy for you to tell people apart, like, yeah, that's not going to work for me with that person.
Yeah, I think you're not ready for serious dating if you couldn't close your eyes and visualize a person that you would want to be with. Like if you're just like, oh, like I'm open to whatever, like that, there's a scenario about that I can see why it's positive. But open to whatever means I don't know what I want. You know what I mean? And I think that you need to have some direction with how you view your future to look like, and to have like, set yourself up for success.
Yes, and that's what we are gonna do in this podcast. Set ourselves for success.
Yeah, in all aspects
and
of life.
learn how to do that together. Yay. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. Click down below.
Please, we don't want to work anymore.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
All right, see ya, bye.